I'm Kyle Adams, and this is Flat Earth News. And here are the top 30 most influential Flat Earth channels on YouTube for January 2023. As a reminder, these rankings only stand as far as I'm aware. If you are aware of anyone who is not currently on this list, who deserves to be on this list, please let me know about it. These rankings are strictly ordered after the number of subscribers a YouTube channel has or has ever had. And in order to qualify, a channel must meet two qualifications. Number 1, the channel owner must be a flat earther. And second, the channel must contain a series of videos teaching about the flat earth, even if they do not make the videos themselves. If they are a flat earther, and all they have done is saved a flat earth playlist to their channel full of videos made by other flat earthers, they qualify. I'll go ahead and start you off with number 1. That way, if one person passes another person up, it'll be more exciting. And now, I present to you the number 1 most influential channel on YouTube that I literally have ever seen. The amazing FE101 channel. Their channel is entirely in Indonesian, but in 2021, they set an all-time high score of 788,000 subscribers. However, that year, their channel was terminated, and they had to start all over again from the ground up. We honor their high score though and keep it on the list. As of last year, they had 11.5 thousand subscribers, and since then have gone up by 26,000 subscribers in a single year. They now have 37.5 thousand subscribers, and we look forward to their continued growth. Last year, SocialBlade.com predicted the FE101 channel would have 1 million subscribers by August of 2024. But as amazing as that channel is, I don't think that's going to happen. Checking with them today, Social Blade is now predicting they will have 58.3 thousand subscribers by next year. Now, here's where we're going to make things interesting. This year we're going to play Man vs. Machine, where I am going to state my guess, and we will see who does better. And my guess is that they will be closer to 50,000. But hey, let's hope Social Blade wins this one. Now let's continue. I now present to you the second most influential Flat Earth channel that has ever been. I present to you Oliver Ibanez, whose channel is entirely in Spanish. Last year, he had 521,000 subscribers. Since then, he has gone up by 20,000 subscribers, bringing him up to a current 541,000 subscribers. Last year, Social Blade predicted Oliver would hit his 1 million mark by 2025, but since then, they have changed their mind, and now predict he will be at 556,000 by next year, which is only a growth of 15,000, which is much more realistic. But hey, this time I'm gonna guess higher, and guess he goes up another 20,000 by next year. Don't fail me, Oliver! You're awesome. I now present to you the third most influential Flat Earth channel YouTube has ever seen. I present to you the Portuguese professor Afonso, PhD in geology from Sao Paulo University, with his channel Ciencia de Verdade, which interpreted means the science of truth. Last year he had a total of 437,000 subscribers. Since then he has gone up by 19,000 and is now at 456,000 subscribers. Likewise, last year Social Blade predicted he would reach his 1 million mark by August of 2025, which perhaps might be the case if he didn't have a Flat Earth channel. We all know how YouTube skews their algorithms against us. Since then, Social Blade has significantly changed their prediction to 470,000 subscribers by next year, which is an increase of 14,000. He is a pretty active channel, so my guess is that he's going to gain about 20,000 by next year. And now, the fourth most influential channel and number 1 most popular English Flat Earth channel to ever exist, ODD TV. Last year he had 326,000, and has since gone up by 7,000, putting him at 333,000 subscribers today, which isn't bad for not being very active. From the looks of it, the last video he put out was about 10 months ago. Last year, Social Blade predicted he would be at 429,000 by 2027, and now they predict he will reach 341,000 by next year. That would be an increase in 8,000. Judging by his activity, my guess is that he will only see an increase in 5,000. Prove me wrong, ODD. Let's see some action. Number 5 is one of my personal favorites, Rob Skiba, who actually died in October of 2021. But nonetheless, his channel continues to grow and is carried on by his wife Sheila. His influence definitely lives on. Last year, he had a total of 218,000 subscribers. Since then, he and Sheila have gone up 8,000 subscribers, bringing them up to a current total of 226,000 subscribers. On account of his untimely death, we did not take a look at any Social Blade predictions for his channel last year. But for this coming year, Social Blade predicts their channel will grow by another 7,000 subscribers. And I think they've been pretty active, so I'm going to put my guess at 10,000. I love you, Rob Skiba. Number 6 is the channel Red Pill Philosophy, who hit a high score of 203,000 subscribers before getting terminated. He set up a backup channel though, called Red Pill Philosophy 2, which last year had 698 subscribers. Since then, his channel has gone up by 332 subscribers, bringing him up to 1,030. And that is without adding any new videos to his channel whatsoever. With enough interest, perhaps he'll come back. It'd be good to have him in the fight again. Social Blade predicts his channel will grow by another 200 by next year, but I'm going to be optimistic and guess 300. Number 7 is a Spanish channel, NAOV, which last year had 157,000 subscribers. But since then, they have gone up by a whopping 47,000 subscribers. That is more than any of the individual top competitors that we've seen so far. With that, NAOV now has 204,000 subscribers, and has now just passed up Red Pill Philosophy's record and has taken 6th place from him. Despite that massive amount of success, last year Social Blade predicted NAOV would have done even better than that. Their prediction was that he would have grown by an additional 68,000 over the last year, which might have been the case if he didn't have a Flat Earth channel. But who knows? Maybe their predictive skills are just really that terrible, which should give me some hope for beating them next year. Next year, Social Blade predicts NAOV will grow by 70,000, which is pretty optimistic. I don't think I've ever seen any Flat Earth channel grow by that much in a single year. So my guess is that it will grow by 50,000. But by all means, if they grow by 70,000, I won't complain. For number 8, we have discovered a new top-ranking channel. I present to you Libertalia. With 171,000 subscribers, though his channel is entirely in Spanish, here's a sample of what his channel is like.
Bienvenidos a Libertalia, Verdad y Libertad. Vamos con la primera. Aquí una imagen referente a cómo la luna de noche está iluminando las nubes que hay locales a ella. Y esto, según los que han hecho esta foto y han puesto las palabras, esto sería imposible si la luna está a 238.000 millas. En Bolivia lo que tenemos es este gran lugar de plano con la sal, donde hay muchísima sal, hay más sal que en todos sitios. Un saludo a Bolivia, y este sitio es fascinante porque tiene más de 4.000 millas cuadradas de sal, todo plano, y se refleja el cielo de lo plano que es. Incluso la NASA dijo que están usando este sitio en Bolivia para los experimentos que les permiten calcular, hacer los cálculos oportunos debido a la superficie plana perfecta que se muestra en las salinas de Bolivia. El admiral Richard E. Byrd, que fue el que exploró la Antártida, curiosamente cuando estaba dando la entrevista en los años 40-50, detrás suya han puesto el mapa equidistante azimutal de la Tierra plana, que curiosamente no tiene la Antártida, o sea, en ningún momento sale el continente de la Antártida tal y como se muestra, y el Polo Norte es peculiar porque no existe como tal. Por tanto, es que mi pregunta es que en aquel tiempo a los seres humanos les daban otra información. ¿Por qué? Porque no había tanta televisión, no había tanto internet, no había internet y no había tanta forma fácil de posibilidad de que la información se propagara, ¿no? Igual es porque los tiempos han cambiado y hoy en día hace falta mostrar otro tipo de información cuando se están dando entrevistas.
Social Blade predicts Libertalia will grow by about 6,000 subscribers, but I'll guess 5 with him. Number 9 is Jeranism, who last year had 153,000 subscribers. Since then, he has gone up by 4,000 subscribers, putting him at 157,000. That is lower than Social Blade predicted for him, and just how often they are wrong is really starting to hurt their credibility on the matter. By next year, they expect him to have another 8,000 subscribers. Though as much as I love him, my guess is going to be closer to 5. Number 10 is Inteligencia Natural, which interpreted means natural intelligence. His entire channel is in Portuguese. Last year's channel had 139,000. It has since gone up by 12,000 and is now at 147,000 subscribers. I don't think he'll pass up Jeranism next year, but I think he might the year after. Last year, Social Blade predicted he would only reach 145,000. So this is a rare case when someone actually did better than they predicted. Excellent work! Next year they expect him to grow by another 7,000, but I'm gonna guess 10. Alright, I'm gonna pick up the pace now. Number 11 is Celebrate Truth, who had 138,000 last year, has since gone up by 7,000, and now has 145,000 subscribers. Number 12 is Eric Dubé, who had 134,000 subscribers last year. Since then, he has gone up by an astounding 40,000 subscribers, and is now at 174,000, passing up Celebrate Truth, Inteligencia Natural, Jeranism, and our newcomer, Libertalia, putting him up into 8th place, which is extremely impressive. Well done. Number 13 is a new discovery. World's Last Chance, with a current total of 120,000. Here's a sample of one of their videos.
With NASA in charge of the flow of astronomical information to the public, it appears the Vatican has remained a central player in the truly accurate astronomy not being released to the public. For hundreds of years, the Vatican has owned more telescopes and observatories than any organization, private university, or government. NASA and the Vatican jointly own Lucifer, the world's largest binocular telescope. According to the official Vatican website, the Vatican Observatory is one of the oldest astronomical institutes in the world. And yet, where are the photographs? Where are the news releases of the latest discoveries? Precisely what have the Jesuit astronomers been doing for the last 500 years? Only they know. NASA's public release of information promoting the idea of an expanding, thus ever larger universe of incomprehensible size has led to the supposition there must be alien life on other planets. After all, if the Big Bang produced life on Earth, why couldn't intelligent life have evolved elsewhere? In combination with Hollywood and the science fiction genre, NASA has created an environment in which contact with extraterrestrial life forms is both fearful yet desirous. A recent book may hold the key to understanding the final steps in this long conspiracy to delude the final generation. Authors Tom Horn and Chris Putnam recently published a mind-boggling book in which they allege the Vatican actively seeks extraterrestrial life with their new Lucifer telescope. The book, Exo Vaticana, Petrus Romanus, Project Lucifer, and the Vatican's astonishing plan for the arrival of an alien savior, asserts the Vatican is waiting for an extraterrestrial savior. In researching their book, Horn and Putnam were granted permission to visit the observatory on Mount Graham, which hosts the Vatican Advanced Technology Telescope, VAT, in September 2012. Not only were they able to discuss the study of deep space with the Jesuit astronomers there, but they also gained access to one of the top Vatican astronomers in Rome. Horn said Brother Guy Consolmagno, who has also been called the papal astronomer, told the authors some astounding information during 5 interviews. He says without apology that very soon the nations of the world are going to look to the aliens for their salvation, said Horn. Consolmagno also gave the authors private Vatican documents which reveal much of the thinking of high-level theologians and astronomers within the Church. Horn said these documents show that they believe that we are soon to be visited by an alien savior from another world.
For real! NASA and the Catholic Church have been openly working together and have built a giant telescope which they originally named Lucifer, but they have since changed its name to Lucy. That is more than a little disturbing, to say the least. So much for separation between church and state. Thank you, World's Last Chance, for getting this information out there. I am happy to finally have you on our list. Number 14 is Flatwater FE, which had 111,000 last year and has since gone up by 8,000, putting them up to 119,000. For number 15, we have another newcomer. I present to you Brother Sanchez TV. Here's a sample of one of his videos.
One thing most globalists don't pick up on is this. And before I blow your bubbles, bust your bubbles, you globalists, listen closely. There's something called as above, so below, right? Which means that if you really wanted to be technical, if we lived on a spherical earth, we should live in a spherical solar system. And that spherical solar system should be in a spherical Milky Way galaxy. Okay? Saying that planets are round, but galaxies are flat is like saying that basketballs can fit in between Bible pages. I'm going to say it again. Saying that spherical planets exist within a flat Milky Way is saying that basketballs exist in between Bible pages. Think about this, guys. If you live on a spherical earth, why does that spherical earth exist within a flat galaxy? Oh, you didn't think about that, huh? Like I said, it's for the newbies out there who say, how can the earth be flat? The same way the Milky Way can be flat. In fact, when we look at the Milky Way, we can see the plagiarization of flat earth. See, when you deal with flat earth, brothers and sisters, you're dealing with the macrocosm of our universe. Okay?
Wow. I feel like I've heard that before, but when he said it, it felt like I was hearing it for the first time all over again. How many times have I heard anti-flat earthers claim gravity couldn't work on a flat earth because it would cause the earth to collapse in on itself and turn into a ball? Mr. Sensible provides a good example of that.
This is a gravitational simulator. It enables you to simulate the effects of gravity on objects. So if we scatter loads of little dusty particles all over, and then we'll place a number of larger objects, we can see what happens. The path of every object is affected by every other object. They start attracting each other. When two objects meet, their combined mass then exerts a greater attractive force on the masses around it. Basically, over time, these objects gather in clumps. It's called accretion. The bigger something gets, the faster it gets bigger, and you end up with one object. You can see how the larger objects are basically cleaning up the surrounding space, gathering everything else to them. Take a lump of clay, stick another lump of clay to it and you've got a funny shape. Stick a third and a fourth and a fifth lump to it. As you keep adding lumps at random over the outside of that collection, it will look more and more like a sphere. The larger the object, the more spherical it will look. If objects are falling and joining on with your lump of clay at random, I defy you to end up with a flat disc. Because gravity does exist, the Earth cannot be flat.
To say the Earth cannot be flat is a definitive statement, wherein he is saying gravity proves the Earth is a globe, even though he claims science never proves anything, to the point that he claims it can't be proven that some cats eat food. People who claim science never proves anything shouldn't make definitive statements. Your model defies you, Mr. Sensible. Number 16 is Mark Sargent, who had 97.4 thousand last year and has since gone up by 7.6 thousand, bringing him up to a current total of 102,000. Number 17 is Roberto Benitez, who had his channel terminated after he hit 92.3 thousand. Since then, however, a backup channel has been discovered for him, and he has since almost made a full recovery. He now has 91.5 thousand subscribers. It can be done! Well done, my man! Number 18 is Scrawny to Brawny, who last year had 91.6 thousand subscribers. Since then, he has risen by 1.2 thousand, bringing him up to a current total of 92.8 thousand. This passes up Roberto Benitez by just enough to take 17th place from him. Number 19 is Nur para Todos, which had 60.4 thousand subscribers last year, and has since gone up by a whopping 43.6 thousand, and is now at 104,000, which passes up Scrawny to Brawny, Roberto Benitez, and Mark Sargent, putting him into 16th place. That's fantastic work, my brother! For number 20, we have the Founded Earth Brothers, who last year had a total of 91.6 thousand. Since then, he has risen by 9.4 thousand, bringing him up to 101,000, which causes him to pass up Roberto Benitez and Scrawny to Brawny, putting him into 18th place. And coming in from below, we have DITRH, who last year had 81.5 thousand subscribers, but since then he has risen by 12.8 thousand, putting him at a total of 94.3 thousand, passing up Roberto Benitez and knocking him out of the top 20. Also passing up Scrawny to Brawny, putting DITRH in the 19th place. And now for places 21 through 30 of the most influential flat earth channels on YouTube. My full list actually extends all the way out to 174th place, but to see that you'll have to come check out my debate board. Thanks for watching, everyone. This message has been brought to you by the Flat Earth Institute of Science.